Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today. My name is Melrose, and I'm here to share your daily aspects. Today is Friday, April 8, 2022. The sun is in Aries today with Mercury and Chiron right up here. Sun in Aries is a time when we are alive with energy and activity. It's a beautiful time to rededicate ourselves to our own progress, particularly in the direction of whatever most inspires and excites us. This is the beginning of a cycle of growth, and we're like children on our first journey out into the big wide world. So we can expect to make some mistakes and to have our eyes open to things we weren't aware of, and it's all there for our growth. We take on the lessons with enthusiasm, and we enjoy the sense of forward motion. The first quarter moon is in Cancer all day today. First quarter is the midpoint between new moon and full moon, and a moment of transition when we begin to push our little raft of dreams, goals, and good ideas out onto the water, hoping it will float as we paddle to reach our destinations. There will be time to patch the boat as we go along, to revise our plans while we're putting them into action. In another week, we'll see a full moon in Libra, and this will be the time to celebrate what we got right. Moon in Cancer reminds us to take care of ourselves and our loved ones as well while we paddle toward the far shore. No use getting there in bad shape. Okay, I'm going to get right into the aspects, but first I'd like to point out the handcrafted key on the right-hand side of the page. Most of the symbols on the page have made it into the key. If you desire a point of reference, it's right there. I have otherwise divided the page into two columns, one for each of our luminaries. The moon is the luminary that sheds light on our inner lives. This is your relationship with yourself, what it feels like for you to be in your body, heart, and mind, and in your home. The transits and aspects the moon makes are all very brief, and they may have some impact on those things you think, feel, know, and intuit, but may not choose to express. The sun is a luminary that sheds light on our outer lives, and this is how you show up in the world, specifically in your work, social, and civic spaces. I address the sun and the rest of the planet's movements on this side because it has more to do with how we express ourselves outside the heart and home. And we begin on the sun side today at 1:19 p.m. Central Standard Time, friends. Got some dust on there. Mercury will go sextile to Mars. So Gemini, Virgo, Aries, Scorpio, I'm calling you out. This one involves your ruling planets. Yesterday we had Mercury go sextile with Saturn over here, and Mars and Saturn had been conjunct, so it only makes sense Mercury would follow up today by making the same aspect with Mars. This aspect brings our analytic mind into a cooperative position with our sense of initiative. So cooperative position, analytic mind, sense of initiative, right there. Perhaps helping us to have a better and more detached attitude about the work that we have to do. On the sun side of the page, in the ongoing column, yesterday, Mercury went sextile to Saturn in the final day of Mars conjunct with Saturn. Capricorn, Aquarius, Aries, Scorpio, Gemini, and Virgo all have ruling planets involved in this conversation. Mercury sextile Saturn seems to say there is a possible working benefit to bringing our critical thinking skills to bear on our sense of responsibility to those structures and networks that we lean on for support. Taking these two right here together, I have the impression that there's still work to be done, and a lot of it may include the processing of data in terms of the important tasks at hand. It really seems like an excellent time to file your taxes if you haven't already. Budget planning could fall in place here. Not the most exciting stuff to think about, I know, but nothing really goes forward if we don't take care of business first. Then at 1:47 a.m. on the other side of midnight, Saturday morning, the moon will go, oh, pardon me, not the moon. We get that sun square moon aspect. You caught me looking at my script. We get that sun square moon aspect that represents the culmination of the first quarter. Sun square moon indicates we may notice some changes as we switch from planning mode to action mode. Remember that the plan is always subject to be revised as you move forward. There's no need to be too rigid with yourself, especially if you're struggling. On the moon side of the page today at 1:28 p.m., the moon goes sextile to Uranus. We feel really positive opportunities right now, right there, positive opportunities to make changes in the heart and home at this time. Our efforts will bring good outcomes. Don't forget to keep the people you live with in the loop regarding whatever changes you want to make. Tomorrow brings us a challenging moment between Mercury and Pluto, our planet for transformational vibes. This Sunday, Mercury zooms ahead into Taurus, bringing all of our speedy, initiative-based, grandiose ideas and plans back down to Earth so we can focus on where the growth needs to happen. Next week, Jupiter goes conjunct to Neptune, and we'll have a couple of weeks to talk about the expanded versions of our dreams right there. And Mars will make ingress to Pisces next Thursday, and we'll see that full moon in Libra next Saturday, so we can celebrate what we've created and what we've gained. Okay, that's it for today's astrology, friends. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Please like my video, subscribe, and click the notifications bell. I post here every day, and I wouldn't want you to miss a thing. And friends, I appreciate it so much when you comment to ask questions or provide encouragement. It means the world to me. But it's not just gratifying for me to know that you're listening. It lets YouTube know that you're engaged in the content, and I appreciate the heck out of that too. Also, if you know anyone for whom this guidance may resonate, I encourage you to share. Word of mouth is a great advertiser, but it's also, just a good idea to try to keep people included, right? Now I'm going to take a couple of minutes to talk about tarot as it relates to astrology today. First, I'm going to discuss the tarot card that sits on the side of the page. Then I'll do a quick rundown of today's astrology before throwing a random card that hopefully speaks to today's energies. Let's get into it. So the card on the side of the page for a few days yet is the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands relates directly to the second 10 days of the sun's transit through Aries. Three of Wands is sort of momentum, where we had it's initiative mingled with momentum. So with the Two of Wands, we had a lot of initiative. We sort of did a discovery of what resources we had, and built a plan about what we could do with them, and did that push that brings an idea to life, that puts a plan into action. So that was the Two of Wands, and here we are. We've taken that initiative and we've made something of it. We're still in forward motion. We can see the plan unfolding, perhaps even better than we imagined it could possibly be. And you can see your goal. Your goal is in sight. So, but it's not like right there. You've got to still get to it. There's still work to be done, right? Isn't that what I said here? Yes, there's still work to be done. You can't just stand there on the hill and look at your goal and say, I made it, right? So there's still work to be done, but, the good news is you can see it. You have confidence that you're going to get there. You're well-resourced. You have a lot of drive and spirit and passion for the project that you're on. And you want to keep the eye out also for the obstacles that are in your path, so that you can perhaps be ready for them when you happen upon them. So, if there's anything about anything happening in your life at this time that does feel like a fresh start, like something you just got going, and you pushed an idea out into the world, or you you started something that you're very passionate about. You know, it looks like the future is wide open from here, and I encourage you to feel that and to appreciate that feeling of the future being wide open, and also, appreciate the fact that you can see the goal, and appreciate the fact that you can also see the obstacles coming up. Don't be afraid of them. Just be happy that you know that they're there, and say, ah, yes, and I will be prepared for that. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and mix up my cards while I remind myself and the cards and the rest of you too that the sun is in Aries today with Chiron and Mercury in Aries. Chiron's going to be in Aries through 2027, guys. So, just get used to that theme. Chiron is the wounded healer, and Chiron is about, Chiron in Aries specifically is about diversity and inclusion, is what I've come to think. But from the inside perspective. So it's like, do I feel comfortable expressing myself around the people that I surround myself with? And, am I actually included in the groups that I'm a part of? And then, Mercury is on its way out of Aries on Sunday. So a couple days left of this really powerful ability to just say exactly what you mean. Take advantage of that power, remember to be compassionate. Sometimes Mercury and Aries, just forgets to speak to other people as though they're humans. So just think about that. But also, if it's a yes, say yes. If it's a no, say no. You don't have to explain yourself. Okay, I'm having a little problem with a high temperature here on my device. So we're going to switch to a different kind of light. Mood lighting, friends. So we've got that Mercury sextile Mars and the Mercury sextile Saturn right now. Mars and Saturn just came out of conjunct yesterday, and it's very positive, cooperative vibrations. It's all about our communications, right? Our thoughts, plans, and communications, and the running around that we do, and Mars and Saturn together just say work. There is work to be done. Mars and Saturn is always going to say there is work to be done. Let's get to it, right? So, and that cooperative vibration says, yes, there's work to be done, and now is the right time to do it. And then, you've got that a cooperative vibration there between the moon and Uranus this afternoon, just saying, if you want to switch the furniture around or do something a little bit differently at home, nothing wrong with that. Go ahead and go for it. Maybe communicate with the people around you. They'll probably be cooperative about it too. And then the actual first quarter moon, the culmination of that is tonight, early tomorrow morning at 1:47 a.m. But you can start pushing off right now if you want to, or you can tie up the plans that you've been making and get ready to push off tomorrow. All right, and with all of that said, the Queen of Rods, darlings. She rules with joy and determination. She carries the sunflower as her emblem. And this is a reminder that, the fire element out in the natural world, friends, is primarily represented by the sun. So, don't lose don't lose sight of that. The thing I love about the sun, okay, is that, and especially the sun in Aries, because the sun is said to be exalted in Aries, so it's very highly functioning, right? And that makes us very highly functioning people especially in our outer lives. We're just sharp, and we're on top of it, and we have authority in the things that we know, and we're able to go forward with confidence. and strategize well, things like that that Aries brings out in us when the sun is in Aries. And so this is a great Sun Aries sort of thing. The sun reveals everything, and yet you can't really look at it, right? So we have a mechanism by which you could look at the sun through like a super dark shade, or one of those camera obscuras or something like that. But honestly, you can't just look at the sun. If you look at the sun, what you're going to see is like this bright disk and a dot in the middle of your eye where it's starting to burn your retina, right? So you know, there's a mystery to the Queen of Rods. Okay, there's a little bit of darkness to her. All right, she's the queen that's most in touch with her dark side, or her shadow self, her own demons. Right, she's the one who's basically made friends with her demons so that she can maintain self-control. So, if you're in a place right now where you're struggling with the shadow, you're struggling with your demons, you're struggling with anxiety, a lot of us have anxiety and depression. A lot of us have like abrupt outbursts of anger. Remember to make friends with your demons. Don't pretend that's not you. In fact, embrace yourself a little bit and sit down and have a conversation with yourself about it. But she has a dark side, but that's why she's determined, right? And that's why she puts off a joyous facade. She needs to be bright and shining and warm so as to be able to nurture everything that comes under her purview. The Queen of Fire, basically the Queen of Wands here. So there's that note about mental health as I look at that. And then, I can't help but notice we got Wands and Wands again, right? Just full on fire energy, even with the moon in Cancer here, which would, one would think would weaken it a little bit, but make sure those waters don't boil. So I would say, together we have 4 Wands here, so there's something good coming our way, and we can see it out there. And with joy and determination, we will be ready to receive it, graciously. I think that's all I have to say about it right now. Yeah. So I'll end this here. Y'all, thank you so much for showing up today. I appreciate you for being here, and that is a real truth. My gratitude is large. My name is Mel Rose, and I will see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today.